Hi everyone, I'm here to do the reading for the lovely sign of Capricorn. We're going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot for your reading today. Capricorn, if you identify as a Capricorn, it's more than likely you're a Capricorn sun. I have met so many people lately that reflect me, have very similar planets in their birth chart. Are a number 9 like me, so if you don't know your life path number, that's your next homework. So Capricorn sun. So it's possible too that you could have other signs. Well, it is. It's not possible. It is the fact that you have other planets in your chart that may resonate with you more than your Capricorn sun. So, Clyde wants to dance with me all day at the moment. No, sit down. Be a good boy. So you need to understand your birth chart or your natal chart. So when you were born, all the planets aligned for you, as we always say, and it could mean that, you have other signs that are really pertinent to who you are. For example, if you have a moon sign in Aquarius, you might find that you're more Aquarius than you are Capricorn, but also it can complement. So if you are interested in doing that, I know a lot of people on my channel put it up for me now, which is awesome. Google natal chart, birth chart, put in the details of your birth, and you will find out where all the planets were when you were born, how they align to make that special version of you. It makes a lot of sense though, because, I know Capricorns who are nothing like me at all and nothing like a typical Capricorn. And I always say, as much as I have, some really strong traits of a Capricorn, some of my other aspects stand out so much more for me. So, and I think it's really evident the older you get. So we change a lot. We do a lot of healing. We get really down and dirty with who we are, trying to find out who we are at the very core of things. So, some of that healing changes us. And thinking that, we're all born and we develop this ego. And our ego is made up of all the things we were taught. So very often we carry around the traits of our families and what we learned at school, and our ethics and values are all built in those things. And then one day you wake up and you think, well, hang on a moment, this just doesn't feel right anymore. This isn't who I am. And you start to really understand that you need to sort of cast off those things that your ego holds you back from. So, for example, I met a woman the other day and it was really quite fascinating. She had three males, 3 sons, men, and they were all, including the mother, absolutely terrified of spiders. Like, really, I'm not joking, really terrified. And I said to the mother, that's really unusual for, 4 people in the same family. And she said, oh, I really despise spiders. And she said, I've probably taught all of them. So isn't that interesting? So their house was absolutely like immaculate, and their garage, not even a cobweb in sight. That's like, well, the really good thing about that, I suppose, is you keep everything immaculately clean. So yeah, but a lot of people know that spiders are really healthy for you most of the time. Like, they keep down all the other creatures in your home. So yeah, anyway, so I thought that was really interesting and a really good indication of how our families teach us things. And one day you just wake up and you think, that just doesn't fit me anymore. I need to change that. And you start working towards that. And you can carry around fears and, and really horrible sayings that people said to you when you were young. Like, I've met children who were quite racist, and you think that just isn't natural or normal for a child. Or people who are scared of money. People say all the time, I don't want to earn a lot of money from this, I'm not greedy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is that greedy? So yeah, so it's quite interesting. So casting off some of that stuff is great. Anyway, let's get into your reading. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, that would be great. If you'd like to join my channel or even support the channel and donate, whatever, everything is in the box below. You won't be able to access that on your app, though. You have to go to the main site on a computer or go to the main site on your phone. Oh, excuse me. If you would like a reading with me, www.theaussiegoddess.com. If you go to the shop option, it'll have everything I offer there. All right, let's get into this reading. So we have the Two of Wands, Capricorn. So to me, when the Two of Wands comes out, you have two options. It can mean, it's not usually like a fork in the road. It doesn't always mean that. What it means is that you may have a job that's really great, but somebody's going to offer you something better or even equal, but there's something about the job that you really want to go after. Sometimes it can be that two options have been offered to you at the same time, but whatever it is, there is a choice to be made with the Two of Wands. So Spirit is saying you need to sit back on this. You need to sit back and consider it. Because sometimes when we make decisions, we make them rather rashly, and then time goes by and we look back and think, why did I make that decision? I can remember at least 2 or 3 times in my life where I made a rash decision and, and still look back and think, and, you don't want to look back at the past and think, I regret doing that. But there are some things you just do, that offer you great opportunities, but you missed out on them. So there is definitely a feeling here with this energy that you need to take time out. There is something that needs to end for something new to begin, which is really beautiful. Look at that. So there's an ending and a new beginning. And when the sun comes out like this, there is a feeling of joy and happiness and something. So it may be that you're being offered something that allows you to let go of something else, which may be really good, especially if you're in like a toxic job or a toxic environment. So what come through there? All right, so we have the Seven of Wands coming through behind that. There you go. And that one there is in reverse, and that's the Eight of Swords. Then we have this card here, the Strength card. The Eight of Swords is actually in reverse, so I will always honour the reversal. So to me, the Eight of Swords, when it's upright, talks about being stuck in your head. What this makes me feel like is there is something, it could be a relationship, there's strong Leo energy coming through here, but it could be a job, it could be something that you are stuck in that makes you think, overthink a situation, something that is really driving you bonkers because you're thinking about it all the time, and then somebody is going to offer you a new road, an escape. So if it's a relationship, it may be the opportunity to move away from the relationship. If it's a job, it finally might mean you can leave that job behind, but it may be some sort of situation where you feel that you're freed up and able to move in a new direction. All right, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, not the 9, 10, and the 9 of Pentacles would be good too. Okay, and the 8 of Cups. So you're definitely moving away from something that is emotionally draining. Now, it could be that you have children, absolutely, but it can also mean that you are dealing with somebody who is quite immature. And it could be even with a job that you're dealing with people who are very, very toxic here. Just to dig a little bit deeper. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's definitely to do with work, and the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, this is definitely seeing a truth that's allowing you to release something. Maybe you're learning to just, because I did that bit of a spiel up front, maybe you're just learning to trust yourself. Maybe you're starting to understand that the way you think about things has kept you in a loop, a cycle. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're overthinking. It might be that you've got stuck in a loop. I can't move on from my job. I'll never get another job. Nothing is available to me. I'm too old to find work. That's a loop. And you're freeing yourself up. And I can't help thinking here, the Eight of Pentacles is represented by the spider. And I was talking about spiders up front. But I also feel with that Ace of Swords that you're going to be able to cut through something here. So to me, that makes me feel like that enlightenment, that waking up moment, that, seriousness of, does it really matter? Like, I think it's really good if you want to do something and you're unsure to write everything down. Absolutely. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like something's about to fall in your lap here, Capricorn. And almost makes me feel like something's going to fall in your lap. It's going to give you an opportunity to move forward. It's either going to cut away the fog or the whatever it is but in front of you that's sort of clouding your view or your vision. All right, we have the High Priestess coming through with the Hanged Man. See, you're definitely seeing through something, and you have Capricorn energy right at the height of your reading. So maybe your fear, maybe it's fear. Maybe that's why I felt the spider story. Maybe you have a fear of moving on from something. You know, in my time, I've managed a lot of people. And when people wanted to move on and find another job, I would be so supportive of that, because if you feel that you're tired and you can't do that job anymore, then it is time to move on. So when people come to me and say to me, I'm thinking of moving on, would you provide me with a reference? I'd be like, absolutely. But there were times when people discussed with me, they wanted feedback on their own capabilities. And so often, more so with women, but I did get it with men a little bit too, where people just don't trust that they have the capacity to do something different or new. And I've talked about this a little bit because we tend to get sort of stuck in what we don't have rather than what we do have. And I think men are a little better at that than what women are, because we don't always recognize our skills. So, sometimes when I know, particularly when my daughter was young and her first couple of jobs too, where she sort of said to me, I'm really scared because I don't know that I can do this. And I'd be like, well, of course you can. Why do you think you can't? And I'd sort of try and find a logical reason for why you can't face up to something or why you can't do something. But the one thing that really sort of fascinates me is how nervous we all get. And I remember thinking about this statement Brad Pitt made about, well, anything I do makes me nervous. So even if I make a new movie, I'm still nervous. Is it going to succeed? Is it going to be good? Am I going to look a fool? That sort of thing. And I kept thinking it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, how big or small or, experienced or little experience, we all feel. We all feel fear. We all fear success and failure. It just seems to be something that's built into us. And I think even the most confident people may even question themselves at times. So I feel like here, especially with this Capricorn energy coming through at the end, the devil for me represents ego, and ego can often hold a lot of fears for us. And because I've got the spider and the ace of swords, I want to say to you, whatever this is, go for it. Because quite honestly, it's going to give you a brand new beginning here. You're taking a new road. Take your time thinking about it, but you need to end something to begin something new. If this is a relationship, don't give up. Don't give up. You're sort of getting out of this energy of overthinking it. And I feel like with that Lion card coming through there is the strength that you have overcome a lot of things in your time. Don't underestimate your capability. Don't underestimate yourself. There's a lot to be said for affirmations. So maybe start writing some really great affirmations and stick them on your mirror and just read them every day and look at your face and say good morning every day, and you're looking great today, and you'll be surprised at how much difference it makes. All right, we're going to do a wild unknown spirit animal card for you, and we are pulling on 2 again. All right, wow, isn't that interesting? The fox and the hyena. Be smart and wily. Go after what you want, but be smart about it there. All right, let's have a look. So we'll have a look and see what they both say. I love hyenas. They fascinate me a little bit. So the hyena personality is a jokester. There you go. And crowd pleaser. But below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humour to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? So maybe this is time to really take what you want seriously, like not to sort of discount things and just put up with things the way you're doing it. Now, let's find Mr. Fox. Hey, smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go round. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. There it is right there. I think, if you go for a job and there's something you're unsure about doing, ask yourself, how hard would it be to learn it? Ask yourself. And it's okay to say that in the interview, like, I'm really confident that I can learn that. or I'm really confident because I've done da 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 before. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox helps us to stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous, or monogamous. So what I want to say to you is I feel like here that both those cards together mean you have everything you need. Just be a little bit more clever about it. Go after your dreams. Whatever it is, it's going to really work out well by the looks of things. Thank you.